Interesting, Earl, we were watching Ozio on the right lane struggling, and yet he's picked a finish on that lane.
That's right. I kind of wonder if lane 33 it seems to have been the one that's been the trickiest. Maybe he doesn't want to finish on lane 33 for that reason. Even though 34 it looked like it was tough for him. I think David can find a way. His game is back in shape. We talked about that. He feels comfortable out there. He likes the lane condition. He likes the shot. Just a matter of whether or not he can make quality shots now. It's been a while for him. As you mentioned, it's been a long time since he's won a tournament, Mike.
Well, it's been since '91. He's made 12 telecasts since then and has come away empty 12 times.
At the 2 and the 8, covers them both quite well. Give you an idea how talented these guys are on this lane condition. It took a 217.6 average for 18 games just to get a check this week. And the leaders, of course, averaged over 230. That's the top 5. But to make the match play, it took a 224.6. And D'Entremont had a little problem there, Michael. Let it get away off his... Did he hit his ankle?
No, it just looked like he stuck a little bit at the line. He was checking his foot. The only thing good about this, he doesn't lose any count. He's not working on anything. So if he makes a spare, it's like a 10-pin.
The problem is it takes a lot of willpower now to get up and trust the ball out near the channel. And the tendency is to pull the ball up in the head pin and go high and leave a 4-pin or something of that nature. He needs this spare.
10-pin spare, and he's got it.
He got it. He's a courageous young man. He's been here before. He knows what it takes to win, and he's not afraid to go out and make it happen. He can really get some revolutions on the ball. And you can see his 1995 average. He's 8th on the tour, Mike, averaging close to 220. Some pretty high scores.
Yeah, we've got some guys averaging over 222, which used to be the record, right?
Got that one back. No problem at all with the little blue ball on lane 33.
Ozio loves that outside angle like that.
Yeah, he's always been one of the best in the world from playing anywhere outside that first arrow. He just doesn't seem to be able to get the ball to react quite the way he wants it to on 34, at least in his practice balls. This is his first try, and that's what he was doing in practice, Mike. Exact same thing. So he is confused. Whereas in practice before the telecast, he was getting a real good ball reaction. We watched him throw 4 or 5 in a row, remember? Now he leaves the 4-7-10. The idea here is he switches balls, goes to a very hard shell ball to make it skid, try to slide the 4 across into the 10.
9 out, and this time practice seems to be borne out in competition. He was just, in his practice balls, I mean, the few that he gets here before he's going to bowl D'Entremont, he just appeared lost, and he's still lost.
Well, when I talked to him earlier, he said, you know, I really want to win this one bad, Earl. He was really into it mentally, and maybe to the point where it's too much. But it's early in the match. There's a long way to go, and it looks like something Joe Firpo would have done in the first match there. The solid 9. The ball just hit too hard, no deflection. And, you know, you've all seen that at home where everybody says, well, the perfect strike ball is when the ball hits the 1, 3, 5, 9 for a right-hander. Well, the ball just took the 5 right off the 9 that time.
It didn't hit that 9, did it? Well, he converts the 9 with the second ball. He says it should have gone with the first ball. He's probably right. Trailing by 14 pins, and D'Entremont came with his 2 bowling ball attack.
Well, there's the messenger, but it didn't deliver the message, Mike. Left the 10-pin.
Got cut off in there. I mean,
cross lane at the 10-pin, switches bowling balls.
Has it. We mentioned that D'Entremont has a chance for Player of the Year. So does he think so?
Well, after my performance 2 weeks ago and kind of letting the TV show slip away last week, I came into this week really determined. I feel if I can win tonight and make a real strong showing in the fall, I've still got a good chance.
Of course, he's talking about that 140 game that he bowled against Mark Williams a couple of weeks ago. And then last week, he lost out for the telecast in the last game.
The important thing is it shows his ability is the fact that he's knocking on the door most every week. And to be a top-notch player, you don't get lucky or get hot 1 or 2 weeks out of the year. You've got to be there every week to have a chance. And he's been doing that. Very consistent up near that top 5. You can see the concentration and the look in the eye of 10-time champion David Ozio, Hall of Famer.
At the 3-6-10, and wow.
Oh my.
I thought maybe it was going to be 0, and he got all 3 of them.
That'll get your heart palpitating a little bit. Let's see if David Ozio can make an adjustment on lane 34. He went through the middle of the head pin, left the 4-7-10 there last time. And again, D'Entremont's out front, but he's not throwing a lot of strikes. Ozio can still get back into this match. It's early. He needs to get something in the pocket area, whether it strikes or not.
And the solid 9 followed up by the solid 10.
David Long has been one of the better spare shooters on the tour, so you can expect him to switch bowling balls, go to the hard shell, go cross lane, and have no problem with the 10-pin.
Senior PGA Tour is coming to ESPN again Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 on the coast. It's from Nashtaket, if I can pronounce that, country club in Concord, Mass. Tim Albus is the defending champion there. Bank of Boston Classic. Well, he finally got a strike. Says the heck with those solid hits.
Well, he says, I finally got one. You can see his reaction there, and again, he wants this really bad, and sometimes that's not good. You get yourself tense. The muscles tense up. It's not the way you want to be. You want to go out there and let your body take over. Like Steve Hoskins said, just get out there and use your head, relax, and make good shots. That almost was none.
Went from none to 10 in a hurry, didn't it?
In a hurry, yeah. That ball was hanging over the edge of the channel. We're going to take another look at that one, folks. Now watch where this ball is at about 50 feet down the lane. And this demonstrates what he can do to rotate a bowling ball. Watch what it does right here. Look at this. It's tilting. It's tilting. Do they hook in the air, Mike?
Whoops.
It came back. All of them are gone. Switches balls to his lane 33 bowling ball. Same idea. 10 in the pit.
Oh, beautiful. He feels it, Earl.
Well, he feels Ozio coming. That's what he feels.
We're at 6.5 frames. D'Entremont leads by 22. Can Ozio come back? We'll find out. Trailing by 22. We're in the 6th frame.
You know, if Ozio were to win here, Mike, it would be his 11th win.
And very interesting, as he leaves at 2-4-5, our last 4 consecutive tournaments can be that. A month ago, Parker Bone won his 11th title in Austin, and then we went to Louisville, and Peterson won his 11th title, and last week in Bedford, Duke won his 11th title.
They're on a streak.
So Ozio wants to continue this, but right now he's having trouble.
Sometimes when a player isn't going well, his opponent kind of goes along with him. When a player starts to bowl well, and as soon as Ozio got that strike in the 5th, it pumped D'Entremont up. He went out and got a double. And, you know, he was just going along with the flow there. Now he's got D'Entremont pumped up. He's liable to go right off the sheet. And Ozio having his problems, not really getting the ball reaction he was getting earlier, and completely confused on how to get the ball reaction he wants. Obviously, he likes to play that outside angle. We mentioned how good he is out there. As you see how much D'Entremont is perspiring. I mentioned earlier that it's very humid in this area of the country right now. And that should just about do it for Mr. Ozio. He's got his head down, and he looks like he is saying, well, it's just not my day.
Whip puppy, huh? This is Mike Durbin along with Earl Anthony. We're in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. It's the championship round finals of the Bowlers Journal Classic. We're in the 8th or 7th frame of our 3rd match. Dave D'Entremont has just defeated Steve Hoskins. And
whoops.
My goodness, is that 5 or 4 or what here?
Well, he's got 6 down and 4 standing, Mike.
Okay, there's a pin behind there that I couldn't tell if it fell or not. It's in the
he's having a lot of
back there.
Yeah, it's in the cushion. He's having a lot of problems with the approaches, and that could be from the perspiration coming off his forehead, getting on the lane and on the approach, and giving him his problems of his own.
Well, there we see the championship round appearances of bowlers this year, and D'Entremont the leader with 7, several players with 5. Boy, good list of players there, isn't it?
A lot of talent right there.
Makes a nice all-star team right there.
You bet.
And suddenly that's a 20-pin lead. If Ozio had made that 2-4-5, he'd be right in this, you know it?
That's right, and he knows it, believe me. He's thinking of the same thing. It's kind of interesting that that list of players we just saw, 4 of them were on the Bowlers Journal All-American team.
Well, it bears out, doesn't it?
It should be.
What's Ozio do? I mean, it looks like if he starts it up, it goes high. If he swings it, it doesn't
I think
come
he's
back.
got to move in, give the ball a little softer ball speed, and let it roll up. I think he's got to move in and let it roll up. He's got a lot of ball speed, and he's just not getting to the break point with anything that can make it turn the corner. Too much ball speed. It's going right through the friction area down there.
Well, at the 2-pin, still alive, but just barely right now. David's been in a slump for quite a while. We talked to him about that earlier.
Well, after recovering from an injury in '92, I think I've really not put myself into the game as big as I should. I think now you're going to see a new me in the future. I have the desire back to win again. I've done some game reconstruction, and I tell you what, it's made a lot of difference, and I want to win today more than I've ever wanted to win.
Well, the 4 and the 9 go down late to give him a chance.
That was a must-have. No question, he had to have this one to have any chance at all, and he got the good break here. This is a little high in the head pin. The last 2 pins to go, the 4 and the 9. And everybody got it with the head pin. He got them all with the head pin.
D'Entremont trying to close it out. Perfect, right?
Well, he is so strong physically, he can actually overpower the first 15 feet of the lane. It kind of reminds me of Mark Roth when he was in his heyday, how he could throw the ball 8-10 feet out over the first part of the lane and just completely take that dried out head area out of play and still be able to maintain the same angle on the lane that he was playing when there was oil there. So he just throws it farther and farther in the air, doesn't have to move.
First one of the 10. And about locks it up right there.
See how far out in the lane he's getting that ball? Now look at
everyone.
David Ozio. He just, you can see the look on his face. He wanted to win very badly. Here's another look at that last strike, and this is putting him away.
Well, there's an evidence of him being pumped up. His reaction to that.
And there's his reaction right there. This match is over, huh, Mike?
Yep. Ozio just not performing like he wanted to and like we would expect him to. So now this makes 13 shows. He's going to take home $6,000, which is a nice payday, but not what he was looking for.
No, and he stopped that streak we were talking about of guys with 10 wins winning their 11th in a row here for us.
You know, he's the only active player right now with 10 PBA titles.
Oh, I didn't know that. You know, some of the names that people at home I'm sure would recognize that got a check this week but didn't make the match play are people like John Mazza, Brian Goebel, we've seen, Mike Albee, of course, the leading money winner this year, Johnny Petraglia, a Hall of Famer, and our statistician, Philip Ringner, is up here keeping score for us. He got another check this week, but he's just not winning yet. We got to get him in at top 5.
David Ozio shaking his head. Rightly so. He just didn't put very many balls in the 1-3 pocket. He's going to finish with 171 if he strikes. When we come back, we'll take a look at championship frame, a review of the previous 3 matches.